So for the Golden State Warriors, it seems like it's been a generation ago since they were competing for titles and looked like one of the teams that was considered light years ahead in terms of being run as an organization. But as we look at them right now, it's clear to see that they do have some things that they do need to improve on and do need to look at where they can go if they want to be title contenders again. This season that just finished in the regular season, they finished with a 39-33 record, which was good enough for ninth in the West. But unfortunately, they lost the first playing game to the Lakers, and then they lost the playing game after to the Memphis Grizzlies and missed out on the playoffs overall. So they weren't able to be in the postseason with the current roster that they have, with Klay Thompson being injured for a while since Game 6 of the 2019 NBA Finals. And looking at the team, they have free agents outgoing such as Kelly Oubre, Kevon Looney, Kent Bazemore, Jordan Bell, and Nico Mannion. And with some of these players, they could re-sign them, but the Warriors do have a massive luxury tax that they do need to look after. And with something like that, with COVID, which has caused a lot of teams to lose money, the Warriors will hope that they will be able to have full fans in attendance. So whether they get ticket sales from that and whatever comes with having fans in full attendance, they will be able to consider staying in it to help with the cost of that. But with players like that, they will want to not pay that luxury tax. They do have 4 max salaries on their books, including Draymond Green's extension. So that will be something that they do have to look at, especially with someone like Kelly Oubre. If they do want to re-sign him, then they may want to particularly do a sign and trade or something like that, so they can let him go but still get some assets in return. Along with that, they do have the 7th pick in the NBA draft, which they could get someone like Davon Mitchell, Keon Johnson, or Scotty Barnes. Or if they were to get rid of that pick, they could use that pick alongside someone like James Wiseman, who was their draft pick last year, inside the top 3. And Wiseman did have a underwhelming season in some parts, considering the fact that when you do have a rookie like Wiseman, you do have to think that do you want to develop a player like him, or do you want to contribute to a winning team, as Wiseman was benched certain times last year for making mistakes, and while Kerr may have benched him for the team wanting to win, when you do want to develop a talent like Wiseman, the best thing to do is to have them on the floor as long as possible so they can get the understanding and the feel for the game that currently is in the NBA, and have him less on the bench, which I think did affect his confidence, especially for the fact that he did have injuries, with him having a meniscus injury on April 10th, leading to him only playing 39 games. But speaking on Wiseman, Bob Myers said that, "I think that he can help us. I expect him to be on the team next year. I don't want to trade Wiseman," Myers said. "I think he's a tremendous talent. I think he was put in a position where, again, the guy has taken hopefully all the lumps early in his career, and he can be very helpful for us in the future. I think he can be helpful in the present. We plan on him being in the team. We plan on him helping us. We're very confident that he's going to be a good player and help us win next year. And so I think he's good for winning the team forward." And while that may be true, if the Warriors were able to get a trade for a player that could contribute, a player of a better talent and is more of a veteran, alongside that pick, they could do that for the fact that someone like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, who's coming back from an ACL injury and an Achilles rupture, they do want to have a player that they don't need to develop and is able to contribute straight away on the floor and doesn't need to have time to increase his skills. And speaking of Klay Thompson, with the injuries that he's had, it is interesting to look at what will be the main aspect of his game once he comes back. Will he still have the explosiveness that he had? Will he still be able to have the catch and shoot ability, which should still be there considering that it was a knee injury? His hands weren't affected, but it will be interesting to see how effective will he be on the floor, especially with his defense, which was something that made him one of the important pieces on their championship team throughout the years. Speaking on it, Klay said that, how many points am I going to average next year? You know, I'm not going to put expectation on it. I just want to be an efficient player. I don't care how many points I score, but I want to have positive impacts every time on the hardwood. That real plus minus stuff, that analytical stuff. And I think that this is something that is interesting to look at with Klay, as he may not need to be the person that averages 26, 27 every night. He just needs to be able to include, he just needs to be able to produce a spacing that is needed for him on the floor, and being able to be a consistent shooter, which can allow Steph Curry to get open and be less contested on the threes that he takes, which was a problem that we did see from Steph during this season, when he did get doubled and tripled a lot more once he crossed the half-court line. So with something that is important to the team, increasing their spacing and increasing the scoring, and I think it will also help Draymond Green, who as a facilitator struggled a bit last season finding his feet and just understanding where he stands as pretty much the second best player on the team. So having Klay back is something that will be important. And yeah, that's just my quick thoughts on the Golden State Warriors. Leave a comment on what you think they should do next season and where they will stand in terms of being contenders. Like and subscribe, share this video, and peace.